please help me welcome Founders Club Chairperson 2, your very own, Tim Sales.
All right, hello. Woo! Thank you. So awesome. All of you are so amazing. My wife and I have been watching all of you on the stage. You guys are so impressive. Absolutely love this culture that has been created. So what I'm going to talk about here, and this is going to be really fun for me, which is really why PartnerCo, right? So why is it the right decision? And for those of you who like data and like specifics, we used to call it meat on the bones in the military. I'm that guy. I'm the logical kind of guy. I do a lot of analysis and stuff like that. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about network marketing. So if you've ever had a little bit of a struggle in how to bring that conversation up, and then, you know, your uncle says, oh, that's one of those pyramid schemes. Oh, that's a scam. That's a this, that's a da-da-da. I'm going to tell you how I walk through these very dangerous tripwires. And so and that's on Sunday at 12 o'clock. All right. So first of all, I'm going to just take you on just a little bit of a journey. And have you noticed that everybody talks about their story a little bit? And the reason is you're writing a book. How does your story end? Does your story end in I quit? No, that's not a good ending, right? You're writing a story. And so this was my average day, all right? And I'm not kidding. So I was in U.S. Navy Special Operations. Go Navy! I was hoo-yah. Somebody knows the word. All right. So jumping out of helicopters, jumping out of airplanes, deep sea diving, underwater bomb squad, and then basically guerrilla warfare. We'll leave it at that. Nice guy, right? But I want you to look at this guy. Does he look like a social person? No. And so for those of you who say, I'm shy, I don't know, I am not that kind of person, you can change. You just make the decision, I'm going to be something else. And that's what you do, okay? All right. Yeah. Don't let him walk up on me. Bad move. All right. So I'm walking away. Sorry about that, sir. That wasn't intentional, I don't think. All right. So I joined a network marketing company, and basically in about 5 years, I got to about $150,000 a month. The first 2 were part-time, and I've had basically, it was 5 years of hard work, really hard work, but then I had an 18-year of residual 6 to 7 figure income. Okay? So 6 to 7 figure income for 34 years. So when your uncle or your aunt or whomever says something about network marketing and it's not stable or it's not this or it's not that, it's not true. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to move into, so that was my story. So now I want to talk to you about PartnerCo. Okay? And what this has to do with is that, does it align with me and my goals? Okay, so all of you come to the table and you have your goals. PartnerCo has their goals. They have their purposes lined out. All right, so did you watch John and Darren go through the core values? All right, so what those are for you, or those are alignment points. Do I align with that? Do I align with that? Do I object to that? Okay, and so I want to walk you through. So there was a video that came out some years ago. This one right here, I'm going to play it. And I want you to see something miraculous. Play the video, please.
All right, what do we got? Just came in. Heart attack. 5'9", 300 pounds, 32 years old.
How the hell does that happen?
Can I get Could be developing diabetes. We have to exchange. Oh, yeah.
You're graduating. Watch TV. You won't even have to leave.
You can't do this.
Yes, can I get a...
Yeah, no, deep dish.
You have to make a change. Good job, Jim. You got an A+.
Here are your fries, sweetie.
I still can't believe you give this child French fries.
I know, but it's the only thing that'll make him stop.
Okay, so I remember watching that, and I went into the military to serve my country. And I like the idea of serving. I like the idea of helping. And so I made this a part of my purpose, to help people, all right? And how do I help them? So every person, every species, meaning your dog and your cat and your everything, lies somewhere on this spectrum, okay? And so over here is where you don't want to be, right? Death. And then you can see as it comes along is that just before this, a lot of times, unless you're in the bomb squad, you have all these stages of degradation, right? So chronic disease is, you're dying, right? And then you're sick often, and then you've got body problems, and then you have lower energy. So this is moving up the spectrum, but you can see how it goes this way. So on that green area right here, if you look up and you say, oh, well, I'm not sick. I'm healthy. No. You're on the edge of sick. That's where you're really living. And so there's all these other spectrums. And so how does this happen? Excess toxins and or nutritional deficiencies. That's the simplicity. That's the only thing you can do to a cell. You can rob it of nutrients or you can give it a toxin. Either one of them will kill it. Okay, so that's how it happens. All right, so then there's this whole other spectrum, and that's the amount of life. Okay, and in that life, a lot of people, healthy is sitting right there. It's right in the middle. What we want is that vigor. We want that awesomeness, no matter what your age is. All right, and so that's the concept that Tim Sales identified as what my purpose was. And that purpose is that most people don't know this. And so there's always time for a person to change their life. Physically, emotionally, you'll look at this scale right here and you're going to see that spiritually, people are like this. The relationship with their spouse is like this. It's dying or it's going forward, right? So that's the concept here, and you can always choose the right path. And so what I'm searching for people who want to change. They want to get better. They're sick of being overweight. They're sick of having diabetes. They're sick of this, sick of that. Okay, so that's what my purpose is. So it comes down to the simplicity of the massive cause, right? So if I were to ask you a question, which is, what's the biggest trend on planet Earth? What would you give me? Artificial intelligence? AI. Cancer. Diabetes. Biggest trend on earth. Now remember that. Okay, good. Now what do you hear the media talking about? AI, Russia, 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 Ukraine, all these things. And they're trying to push this stuff in front of you as if it's the biggest trend. But it's not the biggest trend. Deficiencies of nutrients is the biggest trend. If you look around, it's the degradation of the human body. The body doesn't look like it used to look 200 years ago. All right, so what must be consumed every single day? All of these. How many people know that? We have a place. You say, well our supplements are more expensive than Amazon. Why would they buy from us? Because you're the educator. You're going to be able to tell them that there's a difference and how they're different. You're going to be able to tell them, are you getting all of them? Because if you don't, then your body can't fight a disease. It can't fight a bacteria. It can't fight like any bug that can come into your body, a parasite or whatever. All right. So if you look across the top, if you haven't noticed, there's pesticides in our foods because they're sprayed on plants. There's chemicals up in the sky, whatever the heck they're spraying. And then there's, what is your food eating? Right? So the cows are eating genetically modified organisms. The chickens and the fish are also. And so we're always bringing in these toxins. And so now you can start seeing where our products come into play and how you can help mankind. And so I created this graphic because I love water. I love the concept of water. I was a deep sea diver. And so everything that, if you walk into a Home Depot, just know that everything in Home Depot is going to be in your drinking water. Because everything dissolves down to water. It's the last point. And you're drinking it. And your food is drinking it. And so you have to have the Purity water ball, right? Like, come on. It even gets drugs out of the drinking water. Okay, so if your neighbor's taking Prozac, so are you. Birth control, so are you. Can't get pregnant? Wonder why, right? So there you go. So there you go. That's the one picture that gives you a concept, right? Good. All right, so now what I did with this is they call this a wishbone diagram, and it's real simple. And it is, you run across the top here, and these are all the problems that people can solve with our products. And then each one of these products that you'll see here is how it does it. So when I talk to somebody who wants help, I know how to help them. It's real simple. I see a lot of people taking pictures. Every one of you should be doing that. Okay, it's real simple when I talk to people. What do you do? Well, it depends on what you need me to be doing. Let's talk. I talked to a person on an airplane. What do you do? Well, I help older men lose weight. How about for younger guys, he says. Yeah, you too, right? What do you do? Sitting next to somebody else who's a business person, and I hear him on a conversation. I look at him, and he says, what do you do? And I say, I build sales teams. Different prospect, different conversation, okay? And so these superfoods, so everything that I showed you in the last slide is the basics. What we're not getting as a society is our basic nutrients. If I would not be taken off this stage with three-letter agencies in handcuffs, I would tell you what this product is doing for you. You guys can read my mind. So over the last 2 years, there's been an epidemic. Take this. Just take it. All right. So in a bullet point, why am I building Partner Co? I could build any other company. I investigated them all. I went to John and Darren and said, I'm all in, guys. I told them of my sin, that I looked at everything else before I came in. I told them of my sin. They forgave me. All right, so it used to be 200 years ago that grandparents would train their parents, their kids, to train their kids what are toxic. What don't eat that berry. Don't eat that berry. Do not eat that. You can eat this and you can eat this. Right now, everybody walks in a grocery store and is like, and thinks it's edible. It's chewable, but it's toxic. All right, establishments, those three-letter agencies, the WHO and the CDCs and these kind of people, they lost a lot of credit, right, over the last few years. And everybody knows it. And so who is going to be that stable datum that says, let me show you something simple, right? You have to have the building blocks of life, those 43 nutrients every single day. That's it. Simple. Keep away from toxins. Simple truth. It's a simple message. And then to a worldwide problem, because it's the biggest trend on earth. And then we're offering the best solutions, and I know they're the best because I analyze all these things, really and truly. And so, and network marketing is the only way to get it done worldwide. And so I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, and that is the secret marketing techniques that I use. Okay? So I appreciate and I love you. Partner Co. Thank you.